Dear traders, let us review the major economic events of the past week. The US dollar index traded sideways for the second straight week on mixed macroeconomic data. ISM manufacturing PMI for January, released on Monday, was worse than expected. A report on Tuesday indicated the factory orders in December fell 3.4%. The US dollar advanced on Wednesday on the backdrop of falling euro and deteriorating Greek debt crisis. The ECB announced it would no longer accept Greek government bonds. The US dollar tumbled again on Thursday, following dismal data on US trade balance. The trade deficit in December rose 17.1%, the biggest increase since July 2009. The $46.6 billion deficit is the largest since November 2012. On Friday, the index rose on expectations of possible Fed rate hike later this year. As usual, it was caused by positive statistics. Although non-farm payrolls in January declined to 257,000, the indicator performance was still better than expected. For the first time since 1994, non-farm payrolls have been outperforming the level of 200,000 for 11 consecutive months. It indicates stable economic development and raises the possibility of Fed rate hike in the second half of 2015. Last week, the economic data from Eurozone were mixed. On the whole, there was nothing special. Investor attention was focused on the situation in Greece. The new government insists on writing off the main part of its external debt, amounting to 240 billion euros, while the European Union has indicated readiness to consider debt restructuring only. EU finance ministers will hold a meeting regarding the economic situation in Greece on February 11. The current loan agreement between Greece and the EU expires on February 28. To extend the agreement, a request by Greek government should be submitted to EU by February 16. If the parties fail to agree, there is a risk of upcoming default and subsequently Greece leaving the European Union. It may negatively affect the euro. As for this week, the significant economic data on US will be reported on Thursday. Retail sales, business inventories, and Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. Within their outlook is positive for the US dollar. In the EU, pay attention to the German final CPI and Eurozone industrial production on Thursday, and to the fourth quarter German and Eurozone preliminary GDP released by Eurostat on Friday. The outlook is neutral as no changes are expected. That was all for the week. See you next week.